In this video, I'm going to teach you about Flexbox. I'm not going to give you an in-depth detail. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of Flexbox. So what is Flexbox? CSS3 layout helps us to order or arrange elements within a container, and it helps us to make some responsive website. So what can we do with Flexbox? We can position elements anywhere in the website. We can make responsive layouts, and the order of the elements can be changed without touching the HTML code. And another most important thing is we don't need to worry about floats. So there is no floats method in this Flexbox. Okay, now let's move on to our code editor. And as you can see here, I've added the base code, a div with a class flex container, and it have three items with a class flex item and item 1, item 2, item 3. Now let's move on to our CSS file, and as you can see here, I've added the base code for CSS. I have selected the flex container and given a background color of blue. And moving on to the item base styles, I have used a color of black and a background of white, and I have given a width of 100 pixel and a height of 100 pixel, and I have given a margin of 5 pixel in order to see three boxes much clearly. You don't need to worry about this code because we will cover this in a few minutes. Okay, now let's move on to our slide and let's learn about Flexbox. So when the container is set to flex, it will make the element to align side by side. The container is supposed to be a main parent container. In this case, the parent container is flex container. So let's use the property display and let's set this as flex. As soon as we set the display to flex, you can see here, right, the elements are aligned side by side. So this particular display flex will help the element to align side by side. Display flex, this is like a main thing which makes the container an item as a flex item. Now let's inspect this item. And you can see here, right, this container is set as a flex. So this particular toggle says that this element behaves like a block element and it is laid out of its content according to the Flexbox model. In order to overlay for this element, you need to click this. And as soon as we click this, you can see here, right, you can see a Flexbox layout which is applied to this particular container by the browser. So, and each item is set as flex item. This particular toggle is just a visual representation for us. You don't need to toggle this every single time while using Flexbox. Now let's move on to our slide and let's learn about the next property which is related to Flexbox. So flex direction. This particular property makes us to align the items in different direction. But before using this particular property, we need to learn about main axis and cross axis. And as you can see here, whenever the display property is set to flex, the main axis is from x1 to x2, which is nothing but from left to right. And the cross axis is nothing but top to bottom. If the particular flex direction is set to column, the both axes are changed. Now the cross axis is from x1 to x2 or left to right, and the main axis is from top to bottom. And as you can see here, right, this is like a main axis and cross axis. You need to keep these axes in your mind in order to move further along in Flexbox. This particular flex direction property takes up four values. First one is row, which is nothing but the default one, and row reverse. And as soon as we set the property to row reverse, you can see here, right, the items are aligned to end of the container and the numbers are changed from 1 to 3 to 3 to 1. So this is what happens if you use the value row reverse. Next, let's move on to another value, which is nothing but column, and another one is column reverse. And you can see here, right, the numbers are changed from 1 to 3 to 3 to 1. These are the four values which you can apply to this particular property flex direction. let me add a quick comment over here so you guys can understand. Display flex should be set to parent container, and flex direction will help us to change the direction of flex item. Now let's move on to next property, which is nothing but justify content. This particular property aligns the item along the main axis. So you have to keep in your mind about these two axes if you change the item direction by using flex direction property. And this particular property takes up four values: center, space around, space between, flex start, flex end. You can use any one of this value for this particular property. Now let's move on to our code. Now let me delete these two lines and I will add this at the end of the session. Now let's move on to property which we have seen, justify content, and let's set this value as center. As soon as we set the value as center, you can see here, right, these items are set to center along the main axis. You should keep this in your mind. Now the main axis is from left to right and the cross axis is from top to bottom. So the items are aligned along the main axis. Now let's move on to another value, space around. You can see here, right, these three items takes up the space all over the side. So this is called as space around. Next, one more value called as space between. This will takes up the equal amount of space between these three items. Two more values are left. Flex start, which is nothing but aligns the item at the beginning, and a flex end, which aligns the item at the end of the container. So these are the four values which helps us to align the items along the main axis. Now let's move on to the property which makes the item to align along the cross axis, which is nothing but the align items property. This will help the item to align itself along the cross axis. So this takes up any one of the four values: center, stretch, flex start, flex end. Now let's move on to our code editor, and before moving on to that property, let me set this as center so that you can understand much clearly. Now let's use the property align items and let's set this as center. You have to keep this in your mind. Now the cross axis is from top to bottom. So in order to see this much clearly, you have to use a height property, and let's set this as 800 pixel. Hope you guys can see this. So this particular property aligns the item along the cross axis. So this particular item is set to center from top to bottom, and this property is set as center. So along the main axis, these items are aligned at the center. Now let's change this to flex end. So this is set to end of the container from top to bottom along the cross axis. Flex start. This will make the item to move to the top of the cross axis. And the last one is stretch, which is nothing but the default one which is applied for every flex item. Now let's change this center to space around. And you can see here, right, still this justify content property aligns the item along the main axis. So you have to keep this in your mind. Let me comment this out. Along main axis, along cross axis. So you need to keep these two properties and these two axes in your mind in order to align the items inside a container. Now let's change the flex direction and let's see what happens. And you can see here, right, since we have applied the direction as column, now the main and the cross axis are changed. Now the cross axis is from left to right and the main axis is from top to bottom. So the stretch will make the item to be at the default position, and space around will make the item to have equal amount of space around these three items. So the main axis is from top to bottom and the cross axis is from left to right. Now let me comment these lines in order to move further along. Now let's move on to the individual item styles or the individual properties which we can apply to each item inside a flex container. The first property which we are going to see is flex grow. This particular property will make the element to take up the space as much as possible inside a container. Now let's apply this particular property to each of these items. If you are wondering, these are the classes which we have given to these div items inside a flex container. So you need to apply these properties only to the item inside a parent container. So you can see here, right, these three items takes up the equal amount of space inside a container. So flex grow will help us to make the element to grow or take up the space as much as possible inside a container. And this particular flex grow property should take up only the positive value. You should not use a negative number since it is an invalid one. And I have used this as 2, 3, 2, which is nothing but the positive values. And this will make the item to grow as much as possible by taking up the space inside a container. Now let's move on to another type of property called as order. The order will make the element to align itself at a different position. Hope you guys remember this. So the order of the elements can be changed even without touching the HTML code. Something like this. Let's set this order as 2 and let's change the order as 3 and let's set this order as 1. And you can see here, right, the third item takes up the first position and the second item takes up the third position and the first item takes up the second position. But you should not use this property because screen readers will find this difficult to read everything in your website. So they have to move from 1, 2, 3. Since they have difficulty to shift around element inside a container, I am advising you not to use this property. But you need to know that you can use a property called as order. Now let's move on to another property called as align self. And you can even align individual element inside a container. For example, let me set this as center. And in order to see this much clearly, we need to set a height to a container. And you can even make or set an individual item at any different position inside a container. Let me set this as start and let me set this item 3 as flexion. And you can see here, right, even you can access these three items individually and you can even change the position of these three items. So this particular property will help us to align the items individually inside a container. The next property which we are going to see is flex shrink. Flex shrink. This particular property doesn't take up any negative value. You have to use only a positive value. And let's remove this. And you can see here, right, this particular item 1 doesn't shrinks even if we increase or decrease the browser. So this particular item is set to 0 and it doesn't shrink even if we increase or decrease the browser. So this particular property helps us to shrink the item even if we move the browser or decrease the browser size. The final property, and before moving on to that final property, let me comment this out. So the final property which we are going to see is flex wrap, and this property should be applied to the parent container. In this case, the parent container is flex container. Now let me add few more items. And let's use the property flex wrap. Before using this property, you can see here, right, even though the width is set to 100 pixel, this particular items doesn't take up the 100 pixel. So what if we use the property flex wrap, and let's set this as wrap, and you can see here, right, these items are wrapped to next line. So flex wrap will make the item to wrap around inside its container. This particular value or this particular property takes a few more values like wrap reverse, which behaves in a reverse manner, and another one is the default one, no wrap. This is nothing but the default behavior of each items inside a container. So this particular property flex wrap depends on the cross axis. While using this particular property, you need to know where the cross axis lies in a container in order to use it, or in order to understand much clearly while using this particular property. Now let's do a quick recap. Display flex. This property needs to be applied if you want a flex box to be used on a particular element, and flex direction will help us to align or change the direction of the flex item. If you want to align the item along the main axis, you should use a property called as justify content. If you want to align the item along the cross axis, you should use a property called as align items. And these are the 5 properties which you need to be applied only to the parent container. In this case, the parent container is nothing but the flex container. So you have to use these 5 properties only for the parent container. Now let's move on to individual item styles. Flex grow. This will help us to make the element to grow and take up the necessary space inside a container. Align self will help us to align the individual item inside a container. Order. This particular property helps us to order or position any element inside a container. Flex string. This will help us to either shrink an element when we increase or decrease the container. So that's it guys. These are the few properties which you need to keep in your mind in order to use or play around with Flexbox.